I wanted to do, is my mic on? It is on. I was just about to get ready to do some filming today, so I thought that while I was getting ready, I would film sort of a get ready with me ish. More so, I just really wanted to do an update about my hair and the curly girl method that I have been doing for the past month. So I just wanted to come back on here and sort of talk about it because I'm a month in, there's been changes, and I've had so many of you guys ask me about this whole process. There's been so much talk about it that I really wanted to deep dive a little bit further so I can tell you my experience so far, just 1 month in. Even just a month ago, just looking at the difference in how my hair curls, my curl pattern is a lot more prominent now. Even just after a month, you can see right here, especially this front area, especially, the curls are just there. The thing that sucks, the rest of my hair is not doing that. So the bottom, the longest pieces are just barely waves right now. The back, I don't even know what the back is doing. I don't even want to look. And then this side, my left side of my hair, is the shitty side. So this front part does not want to do anything. These sides, there's a couple of pieces that are curling. It's just sort of a lot of different textures. There's a lot going on right now. There's the waves, there's straight pieces, there's super curly pieces, there's like extra kinky coils up here. I don't know what's going on up there. I know a lot of it has to do with the fact that my hair has been processed. My hair has had Brazilian blowout treatments, which are meant to straighten your hair. I mean, it's been long enough that they're not really in anymore, but it still can affect how your hair curls. In January, I got this section of my hair bleached so that it could be as bright as the bottom, and so there's all sorts of things that can affect that. But it is just crazy when I look back at that video that I posted a month ago and just see that this area was still curly, but not nearly this curly, and already seeing that much improvement in a month is really cool. I did notice though in that video, and I had some of you pointed out, which I'm actually really glad that you did. I'm always up for constructive criticism, so never feel like you can't tell me if I have something wrong, if I say something wrong, if I'm not doing a technique correct, because I mean, I am not the expert. And something that I didn't realize when I first put out my video was that every single product that you put in your hair needs to be silicone and sulfate free. I thought it was just supposed to be your shampoo. I had it wrong because I thought that you were supposed to wash your hair with a sulfate-free shampoo and then use like the co-wash conditioner wash or use no poo or things like that. And that is not correct. You have to find all your products need to be sulfate and silicone free. And this has been the biggest challenge for me because sulfate is something that is listed on a lot of products. When it's sulfate free, it's almost like when you find something that's gluten free, like they want to advertise it all gluten free. And that's how sulfates are. But silicones are a lot more subtle and they are a lot trickier to find. You end up having to really go through the ingredients of products to see what has silicone in it. And silicone you're not supposed to use when you're doing the curly girl method because it coats your hair, which means that your hair is not getting the full moisture that it needs to get, that balance to get it to be healthy. I realized for a long time I was using a Carol's Daughter conditioner and it had silicone in it, didn't realize it. And then I had gone to Ulta and bought some Redken products that were meant for curly hair, full of silicones. Ended up getting some products from Cantu, which is actually pretty inexpensive. I got them they're at Sally and they're also at Target. Some of their stuff is curly girl friendly and it actually says on it, no sulfate, silicones, blah, blah, blah. But then I got a leave-in conditioner that I thought, okay, well this brand is fine. No, the leave-in conditioner from the same brand is not fine. So it's just like, it's a lot of back and forth and it's a lot of trial and error. It takes a lot of effort to constantly be looking for all of these different ingredients. And then on top of that, every product is not going to work for every person. Every single time that I do my hair the last month, I have been trying to do a different technique, using a different product, using a different technique that maybe I saw online. I've been following so many Instagram accounts. I can't remember the last time that I did such a deep dive into anything. This has just become this rabbit hole of information and I'm just trying to soak it all in and figure out what works for me because it is such a personal, unique thing. You can look at all of these different girls on Instagram, all these curly girls that have beautiful hair. You can watch their techniques, and sometimes it'll work for you, sometimes it won't. It's just like, it's hard. It's really hard to try and figure out what is a good technique for you. The main things that I've been struggling with lately have been frizz. I mean, I just washed my hair, okay? And so I was trying to do a different technique today. I was trying to leave in some of the conditioner when I washed my hair, not rinse it all out. I used a Denman brush for the first time, which is specifically meant for curly hair. Used a cream and only a little bit of gel, where I used to be using like a lot of gel, so I was just trying something different. And the curls and the clumpiness of the curls looked a lot better, but then when it dried, I got all of this like frizziness up at the top, which I'm learning to not be so mad at frizz. It's not as big of a deal as I originally had in my head. Today is like especially frizzy though, so I don't know what... I don't know, man. I was warned by so many of you when I was looking at all of the posts about curly girl and everything like that. There's so much about the transitioning phase, and there's so much about you go through this phase where your hair kind of just looks like not great. And I feel like that's where I'm at. I feel like I can see the potential. I could see the pieces like right here where there's the potential for this beautifulness, but then there's just a bunch of shit. And the thing that sucks, I know one thing that would help, obviously, is doing what so many people on Instagram refer to as the big chop. And this is when they cut off all of their damaged hair, they cut off all of the weight and all of this. They get a curly girl haircut, a diva cut, and then their hair just springs back to life. And I know that that is something that would probably make a huge difference. But for the first time in my life, I'm just not willing to do it. I've always been super carefree with my hair. I'm willing to try all different colors, try all different styles. My hair has been an inch long and it's grown out from there. It's never been this long before. So the one thing that I'm not willing to do is to cut it off so that the curls look better. At least not yet. I really am enjoying the fact that even if I think that my hair looks like shitty, even if it's doing this like frizzy shit, that I still can put it up into a pineapple bun and still really like the way that it looks. And I just have also felt more myself with the curly hair. I felt more like, it makes me feel kind of punk rocky. I don't know why. I just really like the way that it makes me feel. I haven't embraced it being curly and really dove into it in a really long time. So it's sort of nice to just be able to feel like yourself really, and to just embrace it. But that, like, this shit I'm not okay with. I see so many people complaining about this, maybe like on Instagram or wherever, and they're going on about how their hair is so frizzy, blah, blah, blah. I feel like it's one of those things where you yourself are noticing the frizz more than anyone else is, because I notice it. I mean, I see this halo, but then when you look at other people, do you really, if their hair is styled, I mean, if it's like brushed out and poofy, okay, that's one thing, but if it's styled and stuff, do you really go, oh, their hair is really frizzy? No, you're not paying attention to like those tiny little pieces. It's not that big of a deal. So I don't know. I guess what I'm saying is that all of you that have messaged me and had told me how you were feeling so frustrated and how you tried out the curly girl method once and it didn't work, or you tried, a couple of times and it's not working, just know that it's not just you. If I've learned anything from my month of deep diving into this, which is not a very long time, but I did notice a lot of the Instagram accounts that I follow have been doing this for years and years, and they still have off days. It's not just you. Everyone has issues. Everybody had to go through this trial and error phase. It's just the majority of the people are people that are a little bit more experienced than us. So we're in this together. We're in this really strange, awkward phase together of just trying to figure out what the hell our hair wants to do. So you're not alone. So the next month is just going to be more trial and error. History tells me that Ulta will have a 20% off sale around when Easter is. So I'm hoping, I know Easter's at the end of April, I'm hoping it's early April. When Ulta has that sale, that's when I'm going to bite the bullet and get some more Diva Curl products, because the only Diva Curl products I have right now are my gel, which is Archangel, and then my No Poo, which is No Poo. But I really want to get some more products. They're just really expensive, so I'm just holding on to my Ulta money, my Ulta cash, and holding out until that 20%, and then I'm going to get all the stuff that I want, because I like that brand. Their products are meant for curly girl method. Next week, I'm going to be posting another curly girl video that is going to be basically the 101s. One thing I noticed with the curly girl method is that there's a lot of acronyms and there's a lot of techniques. A lot of the times these Instagram accounts and these YouTube accounts that I see talk about this stuff like we all know what it is. And I know I've been super guilty of this when it comes to makeup, because if you know a technique and you know what you're talking about, it's really kind of hard to dumb it down. It's really kind of hard to bring it back down to basics when you are super knowledgeable about something. So I totally get it, but I'm sure there's other people out there that are like me that are just kind of like, what the hell is SOTC? What does plopping mean? What does roping mean? Fear not, I will get you up a video next week. Let's say Monday. I have a lot of videos planned next week. That's the other thing I wanted to also say. I don't know if anyone is still watching. Next week I'm gonna have 5 videos, 1 video every day, because I missed 2 uploads this month. So I will have a video every single day at 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Be there or be square. Maybe you want to be square. I'm pretty square. But we'll talk about different techniques, different lingo for the curly girls, because it is a lot of things. It is a lot to process. It is a lot to absorb. It'll be an adventure, hopefully a good adventure. Talk about all of those basics. But I did just want to do an update really quick, mainly because I just wanted to get a video up today, because I love you guys. I have a really actually well thought out, well processed, well planned one on Monday. Also, side note, who saw Urban Decay announce that they're having a Game of Thrones collection coming out in April? Kind of threw off my plans. I'm still gonna do it, but I already was planning to do a Game of Thrones design your own palette, fantasy palette. I forget what we're gonna call it, but make my own Game of Thrones palette. I'm still gonna do it. But Urban Decay did announce that they're going to come out with a Game of Thrones collection. And it's actually really cool if you go on their website to sign up to be notified when it is released. They talk about how it is inspired by the women of Westeros and House Targaryen, House Lannister, and House Stark, and the White Walkers. And I'm like, hell yes. We're on season 4. We're currently rewatching. And I'm just so into it. So seeing that announcement, I'm about it. I love any pop culture collection like that. I will be a sucker. 100%! Okay, I hope you have a really good weekend. I'm gonna go see what I can do about these frizzies. Touching them probably is not helping though, Leesha, so there's that. Okay, bye!